What is up, guys, girls, my fish friends all over the world? Welcome back to Hard Water Propagation. My name is Nick, and today we're celebrating our 1 year-ish anniversary. It's been 1 year now since we've been posting content on YouTube, and I thought it would be fun to just kind of go back and take a look at the first couple of videos and, reflect a bit. One thing I do know just in looking at a few older clips is it's amazing how far along the plants in the tanks have come. So I'm really excited to see that, but I have not watched these videos in about a year. So if I can figure out how to get myself into a little box on the corner of the screen, I'm going to do that, and we're going to take a look at some videos. Okay, so here we are on the channel. We got it sorted to oldest, and the first video I posted right about 1 year ago was aquarium planning strategies to set yourself up for success. When I was thinking about posting content, for some reason, I had it in my mind that these were some ideas I felt like I needed to get out there at the time. Kind of anxious now to watch this, but I guess here we go. Let's see how it is. Oh boy.
What is up, everybody?
Oh.
Brand new channel.
Oh, okay, let's try that again.
What is up, everybody? My name is Nick, and welcome to my brand new channel, Hard Water Propagation. For the first video, I wanted to talk to you about the planning process of setting up an aquarium, whether it's your first aquarium and you're just entering the hobby, or if you're an aquarist who's just gotten a touch of the multiple tank syndrome and you're expanding your collection.
I use my band's music in the background for these first few videos.
I'm no expert. The first item I want to talk about may seem obvious, but it is critically important, and that is understanding and considering your limiting factors. When it comes to things like space, time, budget, materials, what are you working with? As far as space, do you have a
really
countertop
nerdy
or a
and tacky
stand, or do you have space
for
for
the vibes that I'm
$100
getting from this?
And I see a lot of times where some folks just already have some materials and they're looking to see how to make that work. Hey, my friend
That's
gave me a 55
cool to see
gallon.
this. This tank literally started with one piece of Val, and this tank now 1 year later is completely overrun. There's still some what the heck is this called? I'm drawing a blank right now. You know what this is. Everybody knows what this is. And then a couple sprigs of guppy grass, which is still growing in there. But yeah, this tank now is a Val garden, which is is no extraordinary feat, but it's pretty amazing to see it. I must have just done this tank when I had taken this.
That leads us into the next factor here, and that really is determining the level of difficulty and effort that you're willing to commit to and that you're going to support long term. There's no such thing as a no maintenance or a maintenance free aquarium, but you can determine how much maintenance and effort is required to support the aquarium to a certain extent. You will need to understand, at least at a very high level, the nitrogen cycle and how to provide a safe environment for your fish. But how much more complex you want to make it from there is really up to you. Do you want a low tech or low maintenance tank? If so, you can keep a small bio load with fewer fish, or on the other hand, there might be a very specific fish or plant that you're wanting to keep, but that might mean that you have to chase water parameters, and that's not what's coming out of your tap. So you have to really look at it and decide what you're willing to maintain over the long term and what's going to bring you joy in the hobby.
Yeah, that's true. It's fucking true.
The next thing to consider is where you'll be getting your fish. A lot of people leave the hobby in frustration because the goldfish that they won at the county fair or the fish that they bought
Ooh,
at the
you can
local big
tell
box
that
store
I
didn't
was
last very
definitely
long, and they
reading a
get convinced that they
script.
can't
Not
keep
like, well,
fish
yeah, it
alive.
was a straight up
The
script, I
reality of the
think.
situation is a lot of fish that go through a
Terrible.
standard supply chain.
Hey, buddy, what?
No, there's Kamari with eyes. Aw. All right. Well, that was a little bit of a rough start. I will say every time I do a video, I am teaching myself how to edit video. So I do learn something every single time I post a video. The next one was just the humpback lemia species profile. And this, I love this fish, and the only species profile I could really find online is Dan's. And I figured I'd do a shorter one, and just one based off my experience. So still using my band's music. Okay. Don, Prodigal Aquarist, commenting 10 months ago. He was there from the beginning. Shout out to Don.
Welcome back to Hard Water Propagation. My name is
aggressive.
Nick at More Future. As a bit of a disclaimer before we jump in, the tanks that you're looking at in the video clips, all three of my breeding tanks. Judge my dirty tanks all you want. There is a method to my madness here.
Sassy.
It's the appearance of many new species in a limited period of time.
This is all
due to
really
the
good, but the
adaptation
music
to
is
a
totally
varied range of
inappropriate.
ecological niches. All alpha males will relentlessly pursue courting females as well as pushing back the other males in the tank, so swim space and hiding places are ideal.
It's true.
Lemias
right
do
there.
perform some courting rituals, but I use the term courting loosely here, as males can also be rather forceful in their approach and are not above a gonopodium sneak attack from time to time.
Yeah, they dirty. Look at that. Those are beautiful fish right there, right? Boy. Okay. So those two were a little bit rough for me to watch, honestly. I think they're fine, but super stuffy, and overly planned out. I honestly think the experience of doing those two videos has made it now so that I just intentionally, it's one take every time with everything we do. Well, I'll edit out if I completely mess something up, which I do sometimes. But yeah, I think this next video that the lovely Miss Dee Dee and Foxy Roxy recently featured on their show, The Hot Mess Express, it still only has 109 views. That's a little brutal. Ouch. Look at that. That's really low. Even. Oof. Anyhow, this one kind of feels like this is actually my first one. Watching an. What's up, guys? This is Nick from Hard Water Propagation, and I wanted to. It's really cool to see this. Few crypts in here. Dwarf Sag. I started with quite a few Dwarf Sag, and obviously that's taken off now. Yeah, it's so funny to see all this swim space in here. You have a look at my Amica Splendens here quick while I talk to you about the idea I had about putting a fish tank rack in the closet of my office. So, as I can already tell, yeah, I'm like just speaking, not scripted. This is already so much easier for me to listen to.
So this is a Husky brand rack that I ordered from Home Depot online. I ordered it on a Friday night when I finally convinced myself to move forward with this project. And this thing was laying in my driveway Saturday. So it was delivered the next day. Delivery driver was none too pleased. and literally left it in the middle of the driveway. Opening it up, it looks more intimidating than it is. I'm not handy at all, and I put this together by myself, even though it's an awkward size. But everything really just snaps into place. Super easy, super sturdy. I will probably end up mounting this to the back wall just to make sure, but it is very sturdy. Now these grates here,
I was pretty proud of
not
myself
be
at
good
the
enough
time
probably
for all these
aquariums.
edits.
And
and thinking about how to put all this
the
together.
project had some.
So here we are. I have a fish tank rack in my office closet. That was inappropriate. I've watched the last 2 videos that I've put out, and they're super stuffy and boring and scripted, and that's not who I am. I don't think. We'll do setup videos for all the different tanks, and I think I will do a tour around the house. This is just my office here. I have several tanks downstairs. I think we'll do an intro to the tanks and then do regular updates on those as content. So, and that's what we'll be doing. Thank you so much for. I hope that the journey coming up is going to be very interesting and that you come along with me. So, thank you so much for watching. Nice. Well, that's as far back as I'm going to go at this point, but I almost feel like that last video was really the first one. So maybe I'll archive those other 2, and next month will be the 1-year anniversary. Either way, this has been a retrospective of our first year on YouTube. It's been a blast. I've learned so much, and continue to meet so many people. It's so amazing to be a part of this community, and I can't thank everybody enough for every person that's taken the time to watch and like or comment on any of my content, and really anybody that I have the pleasure of interacting with in our community, in the FishTube community. So thank you so much for watching. You take care, and we'll see you next time.